artificial intelligence, the metaverse, near space technologies, and I could go on and on, synthetic biology. Our life in 10 years from now will be completely different, very much affected, and who masters those technologies in some way will be the master of the world.
These modern technocrats seem wedded to science and technology at the expense of our human spirit and ingenuity. They aspire to a data-driven world which is robotic and predictable in every sense, with no room for creativity or individual choice. But if the goal is, and always was, population reduction, maybe they're right on track.
We feel too afraid to have kids because we feel that we're heading towards civilization breakdown.
People under the age of 35 are more likely to report climate change as a reason not to have children.
I've decided not to have kids to do my part for climate change.
If I don't think the future is worth anything, then I'm not going to have children. If I think it is worth something, I will have children.
I think these ideas have spread like bad viruses, and there's been a lot of investment in promoting some extraordinarily weak ideas. Sitting at the top of all of these very bad ideas is one giant one, which we can call anti-humanism. Transhumanism, the trans phenomenon, net zero, lockdowns, population reduction, all of these ideas are basically the ugly stepchildren of anti-humanism. They are, as I read it, essentially two competing ideas in the world at the moment. One is that humans are the best feature of the observable universe, the only creatures capable of creative thought and generativity and of creating explanations for how reality works, that humans ought to be revered and ought to be cherished, that we should plan for their flourishing, that we should be planning for the flourishing of as many people as possible, that human agency ought to be respected, that civil liberties ought to be respected, and that the imposition of top-down, one-size-fits-all policies on humanity is completely incompatible with that kind of worldview. Set up against them are people who regard humans as the scum on the surface of the little blue dot, people who regard humanity as some kind of blight, people who believe that the earth needs rights to protect it from these horrible humans. And I think it is a deeply sad reflection of the state of our societies that so many people live in the latter camp, but I'm definitely not one of them.
We can all stand up to tyranny. We can and must fight for the things that truly matter. The people we love, the fairness we'd like to see, and the personal freedoms we'd like to experience. We should not be bullied, nor should we accept the influences of those who would split our society, be it by race, by gender, by culture, or anything else we hold dear. And perhaps we should start by limiting our reliance on technology and remembering how creative we can be.
In memory of Rosa Coyer and Alan Watt.
Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. You can't go backwards. So what that means is that over time, more and more people are starting to see this now. The powers that be have no choice but to keep pushing forward for their global technocracy. They're the ones who are attempting the controlled demolition of liberal democracy. They have only one route they can go, and they are tobogganing towards disaster. On the other side, we the people have no choice but to fight back against all of this.
Produced by Mark Sharman.
I don't expect that we're going to just be able to tell the truth indefinitely without consequences, but we must continue to do it. We must, for the sake of our children, for the sake of humanity, for the sake of generations yet unborn. We have no option but to stand against this evil.
If you look at where this thing is going, I'm not going there, okay? And whether God takes me out or the leadership takes me out, I don't care. I'm not going there. And the only way we cannot go there is if we can find a better pathway. And the only way we're going to find a better pathway is with transparency.
Associate producer Patricia Sharman.
If I want to live as a virtuous human being, I need to live amongst people that are free. And if one understands that one mustn't live on their knees, even if you have to die on your feet, you must share truth, because truth is the weapon for free people.
May the Big Bang's power source keep your heart beating.